When it first arrived, this alien survival experience completely shook up expectations. Before it, players were usually either fighting waves of the undead or running through military-style missions that felt grounded and familiar. Suddenly, you're dropped into a chaotic, sci-fi battlefield where strange creatures swarm from every direction. The ground vibrates beneath your feet, and the sky is alive with an otherworldly glow. It wasn't just a new enemy type. It was a total shift in atmosphere, more akin to a survival horror experience than the usual fast-paced firefights. From the moment you load in, it's clear this isn't a simple wave-based mode. There's an objective-driven structure woven throughout, almost like playing a continuous mini-campaign where each step forward matters. Instead of endless, monotonous waves, you're tasked with defending crucial machinery, clearing out alien nests, and advancing deeper into hostile territory. This sense of purpose gave every match a unique rhythm, and every victory felt genuinely earned, not handed to you by rote gameplay. One of the most striking elements was how teamwork was central to success. Sure, you could run solo, mowing down enemies with reckless abandon, but the design rewarded coordinated strategies. Sharing ammo, timing revives perfectly, combining abilities. These seemingly small decisions could determine whether your team survived or fell in minutes. Unlike other modes where high kill counts were the main metric, this demanded synergy and communication. It made each player feel critical to the squad, giving a sense of shared accomplishment. Pacing played a huge role, too. The early stages start manageable, giving players time to adapt to controls, the map layout, and the enemy behavior. But as you progress, the pressure steadily escalates. Leaping hunters, heavily armored brutes, and enemies with disorienting abilities appear more frequently, forcing rapid adaptation and careful resource management. You're constantly on your toes, planning movements and coordinating with teammates in real time. Loadouts added another layer of depth. Players could tailor their gear around personal strengths, focusing on firepower, support abilities, faster healing, or high damage against specific threats. This meant no two squads were exactly alike, and each match could unfold differently depending on choices made at the start. You weren't just a soldier. You became a specialist in an alien conflict, each with a role that mattered. The maps themselves enhanced the tension. Eerie lighting, crumbling buildings, scorched forests, and cratered landscapes hinted at an invasion that had already devastated the world. The sound design was phenomenal. Distant screeches and roars built anticipation. Explosions echoed through empty streets, and gunfire illuminated dark, foreboding corners. It all combined to pull players deep into the narrative without a single cutscene. Replayability was another standout feature. Even with repeated objectives, no two matches ever felt identical. Randomized enemy spawns, the unpredictable behavior of teammates, and the chance-based weapon drops kept each session fresh. Sometimes, everything aligned perfectly. Your team had ideal loadouts, every objective went smoothly, and the alien hordes fell without issue. Other times, early mistakes snowballed into frantic struggles for survival, creating memorable, tense experiences. The skill point system reinforced this loop. Completing challenges, whether killing enemies in a specific way or avoiding damage, granted points that could immediately upgrade weapons and gear. This dynamic rewarded skill play and encouraged experimentation with tactics and teamwork. Boss encounters were particularly memorable. Massive, imposing enemies appeared, shrugging off standard fire while launching devastating attacks. These sequences felt cinematic, with squads unleashing every resource they had while dodging enormous area attacks and defending critical objectives. What could have been a simple wave defense scenario became a thrilling, high-stakes struggle for survival. The mode masterfully blended the responsive shooting mechanics fans loved with a survival horror vibe that kept adrenaline levels high without becoming frustrating. It was cooperative yet flexible, intense yet strategic, and chaotic yet immensely satisfying when everything clicked. Even years later, this mode retains a devoted following. Many dismissed it as a mere experiment, a side mode overshadowed by traditional offerings, but its design innovations were significant. It wasn't flawless, yet it demonstrated that the franchise could innovate beyond conventional gameplay. Its mix of tension, cooperative strategy, evolving objectives, and cinematic boss fights created an unforgettable experience. Looking back, It's easy to see why fans remember it fondly. It encouraged players to think on their feet, coordinate perfectly, and adapt constantly, skills that elevated above more formulaic modes. It remains a shining example of creative ambition within a franchise often criticized for recycling content. This experience proves that bold risks can pay off. Its combination of tight mechanics, unpredictable challenges, and deep replayability makes it a standout co-op adventure. It pushed boundaries, expanded the possibilities for future content, and reminded players that sometimes the best moments in gaming come from stepping outside the familiar and embracing chaos. Even today, it stands as a benchmark for cooperative, objective-driven survival gameplay, and it leaves fans wondering what could have been if it had received further updates, maps, and attention. The excitement, the fear, and the satisfaction it delivers are unmatched, making it a mode that deserves recognition for its innovation, intensity, and replay value.